Should Btooom Online come to consoles and PC? Much like the tyranny of tyrannous Japan, it would seem corporate Japan decided we would not be seeing a second season of the action-packed anime series Btooom, at least not anytime soon. Of course, this is a topic I've already discussed twice on my anime channel. They did, however, give us a decent-looking mobile game, but only in Japan. There are ways around this, however, but I'm not going to get into those in this video. Basically, if you live in the West, like me, you're stuck with the manga. But maybe we shouldn't be. If you weren't aware, whether or not we got a second season depended entirely on the success of the mobile game. The publisher announced that if the game made it into the top 5 mobile apps in Japan, that a second season would be greenlit. But why just limit the game to mobile devices, and why just Japan? It doesn't help the fact that the game is stuck on a platform that gaming's not really respected on, and that it's in one country, Japan, and it's such a small country. I mean, why let the success of this mobile game be dictated by one little island off to the east? It also doesn't help that top 5 mobile apps in Japan is kind of a vague statement on its own. I mean, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, and Pokemon fucking Go are 5 mobile apps right there, and I doubt this game was ever going to come close to those. But even then, I think it's just talking about games, but even then, that's kind of a stretch. Japan is already such a heavy gaming culture. There are so many games on mobile and consoles to compete with that why would they think Btooom could possibly make it into the top 5? Just seems like a bit of a stretch. That way, maybe if it were on consoles, which graphically it's not too bad, it could at least have been a Vita or 3DS title. But regardless, if it were on consoles, you would have actually had the ability to charge money for the game, and then a fan base who was actually interested in that source material, like myself, would pay money, be it $9.99 on a title like the Vita, $19.99 on consoles like Xbox One or PS4, or even $29.99 I'd pay for a title like this. And that way you'd be getting real tangible money out of us, you know, not having to rely on microtransactions, though those could still be in the game, and you could help use that to judge whether or not this Season 2 of Btooom would be warranted. Now, don't get me wrong, Btooom Online definitely does look like a budget title, and that's probably why it was ultimately decided to make it a mobile game as opposed to actually putting it on any other hardware. But there are far worse looking games on consoles like PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, so on and so forth, that it really wouldn't be too much of a stretch to put this game on a platform like that. Hell, PC would have been a good fit for this. Even if we never got it on consoles, this could have been available on mobile and PC. PC allows itself for a lot of the same business practices as consoles sometimes. There's plenty of free-to-play games on that platform as well. I realize I just said consoles, I meant to say mobile earlier, but still, you understand what I'm saying. I guess I just feel a little cheated since it was obvious this game was never going to make it into the top 5 mobile apps in Japan, whether talking about actual apps or just mobile games. Regardless, any notion of a Season 2 coming out of this was pretty much swept aside as swiftly as it was answered. The moment they said, oh yeah, if we make it into the top 5, a Season 2 will be greenlit. It's kind of a tantalizing idea, but at the same time, it's just ridiculous to think that Btooom Online could compete with a lot of the already top dogs in Japan's gaming mobile market. So, it just kind of sucks. It's bittersweet because we knew it was a possibility, but at the same time, the game just couldn't compete. That's why I think it should have its popularity judged by other means, like, are the fans actually willing to pay money on something like this? You know, ship it out to other markets and see what other people, what other places, where it could make money, and then let that decide whether or not we should get a Season 2. Anyways, thank you guys for listening, and I will see you on the next Quest for Anime. Still praying for Btooom Season 2.